Good day. Welcome to Works in Progress. With me today is Harry Folan. Harry is running for City Council in the City of Wayne from Ward 3. Harry is a high school teacher. He teaches high school science and mathematics. He is a former councilman in the City of Wayne. He's been a resident of Wayne for 40 years. Okay, so Harry, welcome. And why is it that you feel that this is an important time for you to run for council?
I feel I need to run for council now because, as being more of a senior citizen than I was before, I find that the taxes are becoming quite substantial, and something that I, again, as I did the last time I was councilman, work on to try and hold them down to a moderate level while still delivering to the people of Wayne as many services as we can for that tax base.
Now, as I understand it, an issue that's very close to your heart and you feel is a very important issue for Wayne, and particularly in the 3rd Ward, is water quality. Can you speak to that issue, please?
Yes, I can. Somewhat as a teacher, let me say, water quality is something we cover with the kids in school, but again, in terms of information, the best water quality is the water that would come from the reservoir, second best from a river, third best would be from groundwater in terms of pollution or water. The problem in Wayne is, of course, we're part of North Jersey Water Commission. The water originally was all from the reservoir, but of course over the last few years they found that we need more water, so we're now pumping water that's from Mountain View up into the reservoir in Wanacue. Now this is river water, so it's a lower quality water to begin with. But the other thing you then find out is that the water that it's pumping up is not just the water that's in the stream or water from other sewer plants upstream that's been treated. It's also all the storm water that's in the area. In other words, the water that hits the roads such as Ratzer Road and around Packanack Lake, and all the water in Packanack Lake ends up running down and into the river and then down to the water intake station, and from there is pumped up to the Wanacue Reservoir. So if I say to you, we're drinking Packanack Lake, we both are. We're drinking Packanack Lake. And the thing that's needed to improve that quality is to, number one, we need to talk to the county to have them not put as much salt on the roads or something other than salt, because I don't need salt in my system. I have high blood pressure as it is. We need to keep the salt down. And also it's the nutrients that are added into the water that's also bad. Or another way to think about it is, as we walk around Packanack Lake, I may jog, I may walk, that everything that goes into the water we end up drinking one way or another in some amount, even if it's very diluted.
What specific actions or proposals would you want to make if you were elected to the council to address this clean water issue that you feel are not being done well enough now?
I think what we need to do is to have more education in the beginning. I don't see a need for regulations yet. They could be needed in the future. The first thing I want to do is make people aware of what the problem is, as I had just been explaining. In other words, oil dripping from cars on driveways or the roads and it runs into the water, then becomes nutrients that cause more algae to grow, not just in the lake, but through the whole system. The Wanacue Reservoir system is spending hundreds of millions of dollars to try and get these nutrients taken out. A lot of it comes from leaves. Wayne has a particularly good leaf removal program, so that's not pretty much our particular problem in our town. But the other problems are other nutrients that get into the water. They can come from almost anywhere. They can come from oil from cars, from grass clippings, from leaves being blown into the water, but again, those are small when compared to the overall problem. The point is to make people more aware what the problem is, and then see where we go from there in terms of dealing with it, rather than starting with regulations.
Before the interview started, you and I were talking a little bit, and you had indicated that you felt a big problem in Wayne was the fact that there are many senior citizens, particularly those living on fixed incomes, who are by and large, the people who helped build the town of Wayne, and many of them can no longer stay because of rises in property taxes. Can you talk about that in a little bit, and what you may want to try to do to alleviate some of that?
Yes, there's actually three problems that address our seniors in town. It would be taxes, water, and sewer, and all three are seeing their rates increase. It's becoming very expensive, and looking not too far into the future, only less than 10 years, I myself will be in that same position. So the problem is to try and keep the taxes down. We need to work on more efficiently in our use of tax dollars, to work with functional accounting to see where the money's being spent, is it being spent the best it can, and how else might it be spent. I would propose that if elected, I want the councilman's and the mayor's salary, I feel, should be cut in half. I think councilman and salary and the mayor, elected officials, should not be drawing state pensions. And I also think that seniors should be getting a rebate. In addition, the water and sewer rates are also going up. And we need to look more closely at how those rates have been set, where the money's been spent, and how we can better spend it in the future to keep those rates down.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Harry Folan, candidate for City Council, 3rd Ward in Wayne. If you're not registered to vote, please get registered. You have up until 29 days before the election. And this year, as a result of change in the election laws, you can now vote by mail. You would get an application for that and mail that in. If you're either not going to be available to vote, if you're not in the area, or for any other reason, there's no longer a requirement as there used to be, that you could only get an absentee ballot based on the fact that you wouldn't be in town. Now it's vote by mail, so get registered, vote by mail, and we'll see you next time.